Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We are excited to be here today to talk to you about the Crown Chakra and talk to you about what it would look like if your Crown Chakra was imbalanced. So what that looks like on a physical level, that looks like on an emotional level. Because it's such a powerful chakra. So it's on the crown of the head, and also a couple of inches above the head, and it opens us up to life force energy pouring in. And so that life force energy distributes itself, it comes through the crown chakra, distributes itself to the whole chakra system, which regulates the whole body, basically. So the crown chakra influences the major body systems such as the central nervous system, the muscular system, and our skin. So it really has a big influence on our whole body's functioning. So it's a very important chakra to focus on because you're really opening up to life force pouring in.
Yes, and I would even say the books that we have researched from didn't know at the time about the fascia system. So that's that webbing. It's like this white webbing that's between your muscles and between your skin. And it has a huge influence on your skin, obviously, and it has a huge influence from your central nervous system. So I would say that your fascia is probably very affected by the crown chakra being imbalanced as well.
Yes. So it really influences a lot. The gland that's associated with the crown chakra is the pituitary gland, which is the master gland in the body that regulates our hormone function, our thyroid, our adrenals, our reproductive systems. So it really is the master that controls the rest of the system. So when we have the crown chakra open and balanced, we are allowing that flow of energy to come in, and our body knows how to heal itself. So when we have that flow, our body can figure out how to heal itself. Our minds don't do that. It's our bodies.
Yes. Do you want me to talk about the physical?
Yeah, let's talk about what it looks like physically.
Okay. All right, so physically, if you're experiencing any sort of imbalance in the crown chakra, you may be having migraines, maybe you've had issues with brain tumors, amnesia, or any kind of cognitive delusions, hallucinations, visions. And that doesn't necessarily mean deficiency. It could also mean hyperactivity. So maybe there's too much going on in the crown chakra and you're not grounded enough. And it's important to remember that, yes, you want to look at this from an energetic standpoint of, okay, what is it that could have created this issue within me energetically? Is my crown chakra imbalanced? What can I do to balance it? But it's always important, if you're having persistent issues with migraines, if you know you have a brain tumor, if you have been dealing with memory loss, that doesn't mean don't go to your doctor. You still need to be, having medical intervention for these physical manifestations. But it's important to also think, when you're by yourself, what can I do to help these issues? Because it could also be showing up as anxiety, depression, there's a host of issues that you could be experiencing. And when it comes to the crown chakra, think about when you are in your head, it affects the rest of your body, right? So when we've got, if you have issues with migraines, if you've ever had a migraine before, the entire rest of the body is just absolutely sucked dry of that life force that Rebecca was talking about. We were talking before we started the video about, if you had a knee injury, you could still function, you could still do things, obviously not 100% physically, but you could still likely get around, do the things you need to do. It doesn't suck the energy out of you the way it does if you have a migraine or just a bad headache, if you're having vision impairment. It's literally, sucking that life force energy out of you, making everything hard to do because of this imbalance. So that is when we look to, how can we find balance in the chakra? So what would you say to that, Rebecca?
Well, I like how you were talking about sucking the energy out, because that's what it feels like. I had an experience the other day where I felt like my crown chakra was pretty deficient, not a lot of energy flowing through, and it felt like the life was sucked out of me. I felt like my body physically was like curved in. I felt depressed. I felt like there was no meaning, like that's the kind of emotional aspects that might show up if we feel like we're disconnected from the world, from life, that our life has no meaning, that we don't have a purpose, that we're not being guided and directed, that we're on our own. That's like literally, if you cut off the crown, it's like, okay, now I'm on my own and I got to figure out my way in the world.
Right.
So then we just kind of shrink inward because we're not open up to that flow. So how to open up the flow is through opening the crown chakra, is having faith, feeling guided, looking for signs and symbols, connecting with the divine energy, which could mean through prayer, through journaling, conversation. So it's literally opening up that dialogue between you and the divine energy, life force, whatever you want to call it. So you are the one that can open up that connection at any time. So sometimes we feel like we need to trust only ourselves, and we're gonna, trudge through life and find our own purpose and meaning. But really, it's there for us when we we can ask, we can dialogue with the divine energy that is around us.
Right.
So if we feel like our energy is sucked dry, then that could be a crown chakra imbalance. And what we need to do is just open that back up. We don't need to figure out how to fix all of our problems. Yeah. We need to just open up the source that will guide us.
Right. And if you have any issues with connecting with a higher source, maybe that's your imbalance, cynicism. Yes, many of us are raised in a religious environment that maybe we feel cynical about now. But if you stop to think about all of it as love, connection, it doesn't have to come from a spiritual place or from, I should say, a religious place. It can become a spiritual practice of simply recognizing that you are connected to the people around you, feeling a strong connection to the people you love, to the animals in your life, to nature, whatever helps you feel connected, so that you recognize your life has meaning. You affect your children or your significant other, the people that you interact with at work. Your presence is important, and that helps you to remember, yes, your life has meaning, your life has purpose, and can help you balance that crown chakra. Yes. You're important.
Yes. And I like what you said about being present. So we connect on this level, vertical level, when we are present, not when we're looking around trying to figure all these things out. We've got to be present. That's when we connect. So we can always have the choice to tune into that whenever we remember, whenever we might feel like we don't have that energy flow.
Yes. And that's where meditation really helps. The more you practice meditation, the easier it becomes to take that present moment experience out of your meditation practice, because you start to recognize, like, okay, what am I feeling right now in this moment, as opposed to, oh, there's all this stuff going on and it's over here and it's over there and this to-do list. It's being able to take, meditation is not to get better at meditation. It's not about getting better at being quiet. It's about being able to, in the present moment, when you're having a conversation, when you're in a heated argument, to be able to say, I'm here, this is what's happening, this is how I feel, and these are the words that I'm going to choose to speak to somebody else, or what I'm going to allow to experience from someone else. So recognizing that meditation is a pathway to help you being present.
Yes. It definitely is.
Yes. It's hard. Being present is so hard in this day,
It is.
So be compassionate with yourself. It's a practice. Yes.
We're not trained to do that, so we've got to do the training on our own now. Well, thank you for joining us on our Chakra Talk this morning.
Thank you.
Through Facebook, we'll be talking about the Crown Chakra for a few more days, and then we're going to switch to a new topic next month, and we'll announce that. If you're watching us on YouTube, click subscribe to get the newest videos as they come out, and you can link over to Facebook if you'd like to join our group too.
Yes, please do.
Yes, and we also have an Instagram page, The Chakra Journey, and you can connect with us there too.
Lots of ways to connect, and also share with your friends or anyone that you feel might enjoy this community.
Yes.
Yes.
So we can all learn together and create a vibration for evolution and growth of our consciousness.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Namaste.
Namaste.